Hello guys, and welcome to the next episode in our Minecraft series on my Minecraft server. And me falling down a hole and getting really close to the camera. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Now, as you probably figured out, we are at our iron farm. And what I am currently doing is, this episode, we are going to be linking our farms to the main storage system, so we don't have to run around and shift everything. So, there's this one, we need to hook up the bamboo and the sugarcane farm to it, and the slime farm as well. And yeah, we're just generally just trying to look at, this episode is just going to be a case of concentrating on looking everything up, and we need to get away from there because that's really loud. Hang on 2 seconds, let's get out of here now. I have also discovered that I may have made a mistake. When I said last episode that I threw all my stuff at this and it coped with it really well, no, it didn't. I have since discovered the running around checking on things that I know I had at least nearly a double chest full. Things like iron blocks. Oh no, they finally caught up. But I had at least, a few more rows of that. I had a hell of a lot more of that than that. And I know I had nearly 2 double chests full of that. And bones, I know... Actually, maybe not so much. But I know I had at least half a double chest of those, and half a double chest of those. I know I had a half a double chest of that. Yes. And where's it all gone? You might be wondering. Well, I have since worked out probably what has happened. Now, me in my infinite wisdom and being a complete idiot, obviously, like I said, I chucked a load of double chests and hoppers. Now, what that actually meant was that... obviously, all sorts of different items were all flowing down into the system. Now, the only downside with that is up here, obviously, where the items are fired up. As you can see, there, like underneath there is basically at the end of the water elevator, and a stream pushes it over into this stream, which then gives us all of these hoppers to catch all of the items along. However, as we all know, when you throw multiple items at things, it's fills up the slots, and there's only so many slots here that can be filled, and considering the amount of different items I threw at this thing, I'm probably willing to bet that a lot of the stuff was just basically stuck on the top here, because the hoppers aren't... The one downside with hoppers is they will only drain this first block here at any one time. So if anything else, if these are all full, it will only drain that one. And then if another item instantly replaces it, these items don't go anywhere. So what you basically end up with is the left line, the furthermost left block actually, moving stuff along. But all of the other 4 blocks are all full. And they stay full, which means they don't pick anything else up. Which means that probably after a very short period of time, and of course I didn't think about this at the time, basically, whatever item, there was one item that was flying down through, the left-hand line, but all of these other hoppers, the other 4 slots, were all blocked. So what was happening was all the items were coming down here and basically getting to the end, couldn't go anywhere, and were just sat here. And obviously, that means they just despawn, because I was AFK over in the top of my slime farm, over there. So, I'm willing to bet that the majority of the stuff that's missing basically ended up kind of sat on this hopper doing nothing, because it couldn't go anywhere, because all of the rest, because all of these other hoppers were full and they couldn't pick anything up. So, lesson learned. Luckily, most of what I lost is stuff that, it's not very difficult for me to get back. I mean, the cobwebs, kind of. I mean, they're not, a massive resource that I need to worry about. I'm a little bit annoyed with my iron, but then I have an iron farm, so that's not an issue. Gunpowder, obviously, we can get back from the farm. The same with the bones. And a lot of the other stuff I moved was things like diorite and diorite stairs and all manner of stuff like that. So there wasn't really any redstone. I had already put all of that in. So all of my redstone stuff is, I was putting that in. I didn't have a lot left. So I was doing that as I was going along. So yeah, lesson learned. If you are going to make a system like this, it is very reliable. However, I would advise you don't add more than 1 double chest as your drop-off point. Like I said, I had multiple double chests either side of this, so there would have been, I mean, there's like 5 items in there, so I mean, there could have been as many as sort of like 100 different items all trying to make their way through the system, and it would have been fine up until it reached this point where obviously it can only pick up a maximum of, what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 different items. So, you know, 50 if you count that one. So, you know, at least 50 sets of items would have just been gathering up here and doing nothing and not being able to be collected and disappearing. So, lesson learned. Luckily, it wasn't an expensive one, because, you know, it could have cost us a lot. Obviously, diamonds aren't in this system. Any diamond I get instantly goes straight into my wallet anyway, so that's not a problem. Anyway, so what we're doing right now is I've dug the channel for my iron farm, so that is basically going to come in to the system from this side. I'll do another one from the bamboo and sugarcane farm coming in, so they'll kind of come into this point here-ish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lockable hopper on one end, probably this end. So when the double chest actually gets full of iron and we've filled with iron blocks and everything else, what I don't want to happen is it basically the farms just keep throwing items at the system, and what will invariably end up with is a system that is completely clogged with items. So what will happen is that it will start from the top and it will work all the way around, so the iron actually stops round about there. So basically all of those hoppers all along here will start filling up, and it'll just keep going. It'll actually start filling up the overflow chests, which isn't an issue because that's kind of what they're there for, but I kind of don't want that to happen. I don't want these chests to be full of iron and then I've got to move them. So I'm going to put a lockable system in. To be fair, it's going to take a lot. I mean, I've got 4 double chests to fill with iron there. I've got 4 double chests to fill with iron blocks. Likewise, the same with the bamboo and sticks and sugarcane with sugar and paper. So it shouldn't be an issue as long as I keep on top of it. But I am going to install a safety measure just in case that if I notice the system is getting a little bit full, I can just lock off the system and it can go in there. So what we need to do now is I've dug the channel already. I need to dig out a little bit. What I kind of need to make a modification. You may notice that there is a lot. There's actually quite a few of iron golems loitering around here, and I have since discovered that they sometimes don't quite fall into the edge, and they'll like stop here, and then they get down, and then they wander off. And I'm also getting issues with other random things dropping in there, such as zombies and things. Like this one, see, we've got arrows, we've got rotten flesh in there and stuff like that. So we need to, I'm going to sort of glass up relatively high, probably past the top up there, just basically to make sure that you know, nothing else can drop in there, and that when the iron golems fall in, they actually fall in where they're supposed to. So my iron farm hasn't exactly been running at peak efficiency, so we've lost, you know, those are the, I don't know how many other golems have just like wandered off. But we also want to stop other stuff from getting in here as well, so that is something we need to take care of today. So that is what I'm going to be working on today. We are going to link up all our systems, have it all feed into one place, and faceplant into a thing. But yeah, so that is what we're going to be doing, guys. So I'm going to crack on with it, and we'll see you a bit later on. Alrighty, guys. So we have been making some progress. As you can hear, there's stuff ticking away in the background. That should be the stuff I just dropped in there. Good. So the line for the iron farm is on, and I've installed a switch to lock the hoppers so it can shut the system off if it needs to. Likewise, the bamboo and sugarcane farms are also there, and I've done the I need to sort this place out and neaten it up a bit. And the slime farm is there as well. So those are all hooked up to the system now. So everything they produce is now automatically feeding into the system. And for those of you that may have been on the stream, will you stop warping on my stuff? Where'd you go? Where you gone? This guy's been teleporting around me for like ages. Go away. Go. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, some other changes. We're starting to work on the aesthetics now. So as you can see, I've got the floors in and the drop chest in. Let's just tuck that in there. So it took a while for me to decide what colours to go. So a lot of the build is probably going to be quite sort of like dull. It's obviously going to be like plain wood colours for a lot around the edges and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of brighten it up and give it you know, like a really nice feel. So we've gone for, I've trimmed around the outside in white concrete, and obviously we've used glazed terracotta all the way through. So this is the light blue glazed terracotta that we've got here on the front, and then we've gone for, I think this is light grey? I think it's the light grey terracotta all the way in here, and that's where we are. So this block here, this actually represents the central point from that end to that end, and from this side to this side, and that's my computer randomly just minimizing my screen because I still haven't figured out why it does it. It's been weeks this has been going on, and I have absolutely no clue why it keeps doing it. It's rather annoying. Anyway, so this is the central point. So this is going to be where the staircase is that goes up. Then there's going to branch off. There's going to be like a central platform, and then there's going to be access to the two sides from there. I don't think I'm going to do each end because I think that'll kind of be a bit pointless. But yeah, and then we've got to carry on and work on some more of the decoration. So I'm happy with all of the farms and everything linked up, and obviously the floors done. This took a lot of time. And actually made me go a little bit boss-eyed. It was, yeah, when you're sort of like looking at the floor and just placing block like that for like a couple of hours. Yeah, it did kind of make my eyesight go a little bit funny, but that's fine. So this is obviously the drop chest we've put in. So we can drop those in there as well. So as you can see, I have been trying to farm some more wood, and it's mainly just so I can actually start having a stockpile of stuff in here. We are getting there slowly, but jungle logs was especially the one that I was short of, and the saplings as well. So what I'm going to be carrying on with is trying to work out how I want to do the staircase. So obviously I want to get some pillars in as well, that's going to kind of hold some of the stuff up, so we need to work out where we're going to put those. And yeah, so that's what we're doing in a minute. So staircases for the win. And yeah, I've got absolutely no idea what I'm going to make them out of, but we'll figure something out, I suppose. I don't know whether to go for a central wooden staircase or whether I go for a sort of more heavy duty one, but the problem with doing it in stone or some form of non-wood type block is it's kind of not going to match the rest of the aesthetic there unless I do like stone up in the middle and then branch the bit out. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I might do a similar thing here, so there's like stone and quartz going up the middle and then change it to wooden going over the outside. I haven't quite 100% decided, but I'll tell you with some designs and then we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys later. Alright guys, many hours later, well, hours, days even, I think, since the last clip, we have made some serious progress going on here, so I hope you're ready for this. And so as you can see, things have changed quite a lot since the last clip. Starting off with the floor. Now, I wasn't happy with they're just having the white line running around the outside and then nothing in the middle. So I've moved the steps in one block and I've put a white trim around that edge as well as doing one in the floor. I think it sets a nice clean edge for the floors and obviously for in between the steps as well. Moving on up here, obviously you can see one of the issues I was having was I'll get down to the area down in a minute, but basically I'd keep having to flying backwards and to and fro when I was trying to create stuff. So I quite actually like the top of the, you know, the brain work crafting bench. That's what I'm looking for. Quite like the top of the crafting bench, so I've decided to ring all around this top with crafting benches, and to be honest, it looks quite good. And also the bottom of the crafting bench looks like oak, looks basically like oak planks from underneath, so that fits in well with the ceiling, which we'll see in a minute. And I think I am going to stick with the cyan carpet, so this is basically going to run all the way around the top level. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with this front section yet. And next up, you can see obviously there's fences. I've trimmed all the edge here with dark oak, and then there's spruce fence, just trying to add a little bit of variety of colour. And we also have these nice white concrete pillars. Again, I haven't finished the top half. The roof is something I'm drastically trying to avoid, if I'm honest, because I'm a bit scared of doing it. But yes, we have a staircase now as well. So this is double-sided. So as you can see, it is the same both sides from one side to the other. And so you can go down and what's it, and there's a big concrete central pillar. So that is, you know, the white concrete pillars run right the way around. Again, I haven't finished off the top halves. I haven't, as you can see, lighting is a little bit of an issue right now. We have got, you know, quite a lot of dark space, especially in this middle piece here. But it is something that is on the to-do list. I am working towards it slowly. So as you can see underneath, I've trimmed all of the edges up now, so all the back stuff is kind of covered. I mean, this bit back here isn't, but to be honest, I'm not, you know, I'd love to cover it up, but then I can't cover it up anyway because, you know, all the double chests and everything else. So we're kind of just really going to have to make do with that. And to be honest, it doesn't really bother me that much, if to be fair. So yeah, so this is all trim round. I've worked on so this is again all dark oak just to give a nice contrast of colour. And this goes around and it's covering the hopper lines again. I haven't really done much on the front, but moving swiftly on, it's now starting to get a little bit dark, and I seem to be losing. Right, okay, so what those all the estate is done. So as you can see, it's quite a nice crisp edge. I did actually toy with putting pillars on either sides. Honestly, I couldn't really get it to work. It just didn't seem to work right for me. I don't know. It's because in order to have the white pillar this side, it kind of has to sit here, which isn't too much of an issue, but it's, I don't know. I couldn't find one that worked. I might try it again because it kind of looks like that only one half is supported. And yes, it does bug me a little bit. But anyway, moving on. As you can see, these have all been decked out. So again, I've had a different color glazed terracotta. This is black glazed terracotta on the floor, and a work table here. So this is kind of be the crafting potions bit. And this is another drop chest. So this is actually hooked up to the drop line, which we'll show you in a minute. And these are just basically all of my potions and such. I'll show you that door in a minute. But moving on. So we've got a little area back here, and I've neatened this all up, and all I've done is just neatened it and bricked it, and there's extra signs. So there's actually two secondary drop chest lines. There's the one that's directly above here, and there's another one over there. So that feeds there. Again, I've put lock-in systems on pretty much all of it, but I've just sort of like, you know, bricked it all out just so it kind of looks a lot crisper and cleaner. So moving on, again, this is just kind of like a little cubby hole. There's not, you know, there's not really a lot I wanted to do with that. But moving on, we'll go through this door as it's getting dark, and this is a little bedroom. I haven't finished decorating it. I have got some ideas, but yeah. So I thought, you know, as I was spending a lot of time here anyway, and it would be handy. Eventually, I'm going to pull my house down, probably build a big one. But this will kind of do as an intermediary one for the moment. So I've got some more decoration to do, some, you know, chairs and lamps and things to put in here. But the couple of buried treasure maps that I've got are up on the walls as well. And this goes in. This door here actually feeds to the outside, so if I need to access the mechanism on that side, I actually need to put one on the other side as well. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. And then if we go through this door, this is the other end, and as you can see, I am struggling with mobs a little bit, and my aim, obviously, because we are not very well lit up. They're everywhere. The amount of mobs I've been killing lately is ridiculous. Anyway, floor is matching the same as the other side, and I've kind of made another bench, but I've extended it out and I've tried to make it kind of look like a wood cutting table. It's kind of annoying because if I could place that on a half block, so just the blade was at the top, the effect would be a lot better. But obviously I can't do that, so that's kind of the best thing I can do. The only other thing I might be able to do is replace some of these with stone pressure plates, maybe. I don't know. But this is kind of like the crafting corner. So I've got all my shulker boxes and just the sorted bits that can't really be sorted into the auto sorter. Obviously we've got a loom, blast furnace, smoker, and all that. And this is the chest for the other drop line. So if I need to drop stuff in there, it goes in there like that. And that's kind of it for down here, I think. I haven't actually got around to doing the line for putting the glass tube up on the iron farm as yet. This has actually taken up a lot of time. Believe it or not, this staircase actually took a long time for me to figure out to kind of get how I wanted it. Chas came over and sort of helped me tweak it a little bit. I'll be honest, I'm still not 100% convinced with the spruce wood fence around the edges. I I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. I kind of want something a little bit more solid, but everything more solid is kind of stone, and it won't really fit with the sort of like the sort of mainly wooden aesthetic that we have got going on here at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure if I'll keep it or not. It'll stay for now. But yeah, so just to get a sort of a nice view from the overhead. As I said, we are nowhere near finished yet. I haven't even started thinking about the outside. But as you can see from up above, it actually has a really nice feel to it. There's plenty of colour without being too much, and the wood is broken up enough by all the different textures and all the different colours we've got going on. Again, obviously it'll look a little bit better with a carpet, and we'll be having some carpet on sections of the stairs or by here as well. Unfortunately, guys, that is all I got time for today. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to leave a rating, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to come and see me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday is my Minecraft day, so I either usually stream my server or if I might be on the lands of Zankar, either or. I hope you did enjoy again, guys, and that's me done. I'm out. Have a good one. Bye bye.